is Polina, and in this series we help figure things out for e-commerce. And today with the special guest Adomas, we're gonna talk about how to hire for e-commerce business. What kind of professions are very hot right now. We're gonna talk about the numbers, about the hires, about the process, which kind of complications you can see. And Adomas is managing an agency which is helping hiring people, especially for e-commerce. I hope this video is going to be useful for you. If you're running an e-commerce business, please let us know in the comments if that's something you could use and trust. We have a special guest, Adomas.
Hello.
Could you please shortly introduce yourself, and then we will start discovering this topic better.
I'm Adomas. I run RemotelyTalents. This is an offshore talent headhunting agency for remote talent from Ukraine. And basically we help companies to find remote talent in various of sectors, but mostly we help for like marketing roles, for development, IT tech talent, for finance talent, e-commerce talent, for operations, customer support, but I would say mostly for e-commerce, marketing and development talent.
So the most, I would say the hottest hires for now for e-commerce is marketing. Is that correct?
Honestly, like 70% of the talent that we help to source are related to marketing roles. Not sure why is that, but various roles. Let's say our number one most popular role, media buyers, social media buyers, Google Ads media buyers, email marketing managers, marketing project managers, graphic designers, UX designers. But yeah, somehow media buyers are really popular right now. And in general, I would say that at the moment, there is like a good opportunity to hire Ukrainian talent because marketing talent in Ukraine are highly undervalued. So you can hire senior level professional in the like approximately ballpark salary range between $1,500 to $2,500, and this is like for a full-time senior person who is working for your business.
For the e-commerce businesses like in Western Europe or in USA, this is a really good numbers. And what about your audience? Do you mostly hire for Western European companies and for USA, or does geography look?
I would say 70-80% still customers are coming from US. Mainly it's from US, European, but we have customers in Singapore, in Taiwan, in other countries. But yeah, the focus is US and European Union countries.
Mm-hmm. And for companies in Europe or in USA, what is the biggest benefit of hiring Ukrainian talents or offshore talents besides talking about the money? Is there like any other benefits that you could talk about?
You see, like in general, why offshore talent? Most of the companies, they are interested to save money. And so usually the biggest argument, it's obviously the price. Some companies, they are looking for example, 24/7 support. On the daytime, they are giving tasks to their offshore talent that are located in another time zone. And next day when they come to work, they already find completed tasks. So, it depends. But for example, in e-commerce world or marketing agencies world, working globally is like a norm. It's a standard. These type of companies, e-commerce businesses, they are looking for great talent, and they're looking globally. So this is where we come. Though we as a company, we are specializing only in Ukraine. And the reason why I launched this company to help Ukrainians.
Could you please tell a bit more about how you were founding it and what was the story behind, like the more details on the story behind
The
it?
the story, it's I'll try to keep it short, but it's a fun story. Like in general, I am hiring offshore talent for the last 5 years already, because I own several e-commerce businesses, and most of my team was from Ukraine. Not sure why, but it happened like this. When the war started, I wanted to find, yes, like I was helping, we were transferring some money or sending clothes. We were transferring some kind of, donations to the funds, things like that. But I wanted to help in my way, and my way was to, even the mission of the company is that we want to help Ukrainians to find good remote offshore jobs in European or American companies, that they would get good salaries, that they would support their families locally, that they would support their economy, Ukraine economy, and that they wouldn't need to run from the country, that they would be able to stay. So Remotely Talents is a highly mission-driven business. It's like, this is the number one thing for me, and the mission is number one priority, like to help Ukrainians be hired, and it's all about that. The story was this: that once the war happened, I have a camper. I went to the woods in the summer. I went to the woods with my camper for 1 week, and I had three goals. First goal was to hire an HR professional, because obviously I'm not recruiter or staffer. I needed to hire someone who knows the field, who knows the business. So I made 13 interviews, and I hired one talent acquisition manager. She has like 13 years of experience of doing headhunting for IT companies. So in terms of that, I feel really comfortable that we know what we're doing. The second one was to build a website. So I built with the help of Ukrainian developer and designer. We've in several days we've built a website, launched it, and I started selling. So on the fifth day, I already had first customer, and this is how it started. And it started like from zero in 1 week, and today we are hiring between 4-6 Ukrainians a month. My goal is to hire at least 25 Ukrainians a month, which basically means 300 families, 300 people a year who can support their country, their families, and could live a decent life. And this is really like, I'm really passionate about this.
By the time frame, I can guess, so it's been about a year that you're running Remotely Talents?
No,
Or
actually 6 months.
6 months
It's only 6 months. So I started this in the middle of the summer.
in the middle
I,
of the summer.
oh, so no, so it's already 8 years, 8 months, sorry, 8 months. Because
8
it's
months,
already,
like 8 years, right?
it's already February. I missed that.
Yes. What has changed in this time? Did you change maybe geography a little bit? Do you still hire only Ukrainians who are still located in Ukraine, or do you hire Ukrainians that are also located globally, or any other countries?
There is a possibility to expand to other countries, but honestly, we focus in Ukraine. We want to help Ukrainians, and as I said, it's mostly mission-driven business. Mission-driven business. We are like, this is why I can easily expand to other countries. I can easily offer other geographies, but this is not about that at the moment. Maybe in the future we'll offer this, but right now it's. And second argument is, Ukraine has a huge pool of talent, of like huge pool of great talent, and there is like this, you can choose from, you can find great talents and who are professional, senior or mid-level, and I don't see a need for that at the moment.
That's a tricky question, but what about the disadvantages? Because I'm sure there were some news about electricity shortages and things like that. Do you somehow save your clients from any disadvantages that can happen during?
Yes, obviously they need to understand that this is a country that is at war, but the active battles, like active war operations, are happening in the eastern part of Ukraine. The west part is rather safe. when Russians started to bomb the infrastructure, energy plants, electricity plants, there was a gap of several weeks when they were having these electricity problems. Right now, what I see is that there are two ways how it's being solved. Some of the talent, they are going to the workspaces that they have. The workspaces usually have 24/7 electricity and internet. Other type of talent, they have Starlings at home and generators at home. So I don't see this as a big problem as it was, let's say, 3 months ago. So yeah, but there's always a risk of that, and business owners, they need to understand where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
What like this is a country that is at war, so this is important to understand.
Yeah. And what about the process of hiring somebody from Ukraine? Do you do some kind of service contract? Do you support your clients with the whole hiring, documentation, papers, and things like that?
We have the templates. We have prepared the contracts according to the law, for example, European Union law. But let's say like that. This is a contractor agreement, like B2B services agreement. So it's a very standard document, which there are thousands of templates online. 100% of cases, like of our customers, they're not like hiring as an employee per se, like they're not hiring locally the person. They are signing a contractor agreement, agreeing full-time, for a 1 month period salary, or bonuses, depends how they agree on this, and nothing too fancy, like a simple contractor agreement.
Mm-hmm. And the people in Ukraine will deal with all the taxes on their own, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, so
company.
in Ukraine, they have this solo entrepreneur. Basically, it's like a one person company, and they are paying taxes locally. The benefit that they have right now is that they are paying between 2.5% and 5% of taxes, and they are responsible to pay those taxes. So for the business owner, it means that at the end of the month, they receive an invoice, and they just need to pay this invoice and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. That sounds very good, especially considering how much money the company probably saves by hiring such talent.
Yeah.
And what about the knowledge of the language? Like, have you noticed that all people are quite proficient with English? Is there any problem? Because as I'm working in marketing, it's quite important to, speak the language very fluently to be able to deliver the right message. Do you think it's a problem or it's not that much of a problem?
We do our interviews in English, and we check the quality level of English, obviously. And so let's say we do not introduce any candidates to the client who are not capable to speak fluent in English, especially for marketing, even for any role, If he's not capable to communicate in English fluently, it's a problem, and everyone understands that. So we cannot. And yes, in Ukraine, there is a problem. English is still, it's not like a well-known language, and I met a lot of great candidates, applicants who apply to our open roles, who are awesome, like professionals in their field, but they're not fluent in English, and we just say no. This is sad, but this is a reality.
Mm-hmm. But it's good that you are one step ahead of the company to check these things, so it saves quite a lot of time, I guess, for the company who is hiring.
So on average, we do 20 to 30 interviews for one role. So and then we recommend top candidates, top 3, top 4 candidates for the role. So we do the dirty work.
Mm-hmm. I guess for e-commerce business, it makes much more sense to work with an agency like yours versus working with the talent manager per se, because
It
that's
depends. Like we have majority of our customers, they are smaller companies. We are working with big companies who already have their in-house HR departments. They hire us to find like some kind of a very specific role, for example, that they don't have time or resources to source. But majority of our customers, they don't have their in-house HR departments. They need help. They don't have time, and they want to find like a quick solution. They want to hire quickly. This is where we come. This is where we offer this service to save time, to speed up, and to offer a team of HR, because on every project at least two team members are working. So the talent scout, like who is a junior level person who is sourcing for the talent, and then a senior person like a staffer who is doing the interviews and selecting the best candidate. So there is a whole team behind the project.
Mm-hmm.
And the team is growing on a weekly basis.
Your team?
Yes.
And what about the costs of such? Is there like different packages, like one hire, 3 hires, 5 hires, or how exactly does that work? How much will it cost the e-commerce business to hire an
let's say for marketing roles, we base our fees on the yearly salary range. So, for example, if the salary range is between $10,000 to $30,000 a year, our fee is $3,500. And if the salary is above $30,000, then it's 5,500. So it depends on, mostly for marketing roles. Like, I don't think we even had a bigger salary than 30,000 a year. So it's let's say 3,500.
Yeah, but if you calculate how much time you save of not conducting interviews or not hiring additional people to do this job, I guess it saves quite a lot.
Try doing 30 interviews in 1 week. We'll see. We'll see.
I wouldn't want
Well,
to.
one interview usually takes 1.5 hours. So try doing those.
Is there some kind of like special process of conducting interviews that helps you understand 100% that this is a like top candidate for e-commerce, or is that the part that your talent manager is performing for you?
So I'm not conducting interviews. I'm doing sales and marketing. So our HR team is doing interviews. Let's say like this, that before conducting any interviews, we do a discovery call with a customer, and we try to understand, during this call, we try to understand the customer requirements for the role, expectations for the candidate. We ask many questions, and during this interview, we basically try to understand what type of person and what type of knowledge customer requires. Then we are capable, during the interviews, we are capable to, let's say, maybe quicker to filter the candidates who are suitable, who are not suitable.
I see. And what would you say? What defines the e-commerce success, in your opinion?
I had the 2 e-commerce businesses, so from my point of view, it's margin, because one of the business was not so successful because the profit margins were quite low. So I couldn't scale without a good, decent profit margin. So margin, in my opinion, and from my experience, is a number one thing. Also, what type of product you are selling? Is it like a nice to have type of product, or is it like a real problem solver? So I wouldn't say that I'm an e-commerce guru or know a lot about that, but still, I think at the end of the day, it depends. Like, is it solving any problem or not? And from what I see, it's easier to sell problem solvers rather than nice to have type of product.
Mhm. I expected you would say that people define the e-commerce success and the talents you hire define e-commerce success, but that still counts.
Well, obviously talents, but still, at the end of the day, it's product.
Yeah. Yeah, but people shape the products, and that's like people bring ideas that improve the product or things like that, I believe.
Maybe, but if you don't have any margin, you will not have any capital to hire any talent. So,
Yeah, but if you save your capital while hiring and spend twice less on a good professional, that is still improving your margin.
I see you're on the selling mode today.
I'm actually selling you.
Yeah.
So that's good for you. Yeah. Every marketing person has to be a good salesperson as well.
Yes.
Even though marketing and sales are sort of rivals for some reason. I don't know why, but
I wouldn't say so. I don't believe this because I'm a sales and marketing guy. I like if you don't know how to sell, so like you need to know how to market to be able to sell it. So and vice versa.
Before we finish, maybe you have any bonus or benefit for our users at RedTrack that would want to hire a professional at RemotelyTalents?
I would like to offer, if someone is approaching us from RedTrack community or audience and just identifies and gives like a RedTrack code, let's say RedTrack will be the code, maybe.
Yes.
I'm open to offer a discount for our services. So just contact me, or in any case, I'm the guy who is doing sales at the moment. So you can go to our website, RemotelyTalents.com, and just fill a contact us form, write that you're coming from RedTrack, and automatically I'll assign you a discount for our services.
That's amazing. I hope more e-commerce businesses will be hiring more talented professionals from Eastern Europe, from Ukraine, and that it will all serve a mission of making e-commerce better and making the world better.
Yes. And I wanted to thank you also for giving me this platform to talk about it. Really happy that you're interested in that. So thank you for that.
You're always welcome. I hope we will have more amazing topics to talk about and to discuss, and I don't know, make a YouTube a better place as well.
Yeah, I'm always open to talking, so let me know.
Amazing.